Okay, so here comes lesson 33, which I'm going to go over what we're going to talk about here in just a second. But in the background, my favorite ride at Disney World. It's called the Tower of Terror. It's at Hollywood Studios. If you ever make it to Disney World someday, this is a must-do ride. It's big drops. You're in a quote elevator, and it keeps dropping you and raising you back up and dropping you. It's awesome. So two things have to happen in lesson 33 here. Number one, I got to go back and fix lesson 32. Yes, I had a couple mistakes on my calculator work and stuff, but I also forgot something in the formula. Looks like you guys aren't the only one that have just about had it with the distance learning thing. I don't know if it was being outside on the driveway with the chalk. Something happened there where I forgot something in the formula, which means all of the answers that you got on the homework yesterday, they're right based on the formula you used, but they're incorrect in the sense that we used the wrong formula. So I'm going to fix that in just a few minutes. I also want to quickly talk about the rest of the year. So fix lesson 32 and talk about the rest of the year. Let's talk about the rest of the year. Friday is the last day that I can assign you guys anything. So Friday, I am going to have our last graded thing. That is going to be a problem set where I'm going to grade it like a quiz. So it's not going to be just graded on effort. It's going to be a quiz, but it's going to be problems where you submit me your work. And that's going to be the last grade. So I'll assign that on Friday. And then from there, what we do is we just catch up on everything, make sure everybody's caught up on all your stuff. I start getting grades around, and we check in to make sure everybody's good for the end of the school year, and we are finished. All right. So I'm going to do lesson 33. Lesson 34, and then we have our last problem set, and that's going to be it. Now, that means I'm not going to get as far as I wanted to because today I'm going to be fixing lesson 32. Yeah, all right, no problem, no problem. I apologize for the mistake, but I want to make sure you have the correct information for when you go on to pre-calc. So let me pause the video here and erase and get started on fixing lesson 32. All right, so I got to be honest, as I was doing the problems in the lesson 32, whether it was in the notes or the ones on the homework and posting those, I was like, these answers just don't seem right. But I was like, well, all right, this is what the calculator told me. I'm like, they seem a little off though. And now I know why, because I had the formula wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-show you, so I'd like you to go back and first of all erase your lesson 32 notes if you took any. Trash them because the formula's wrong. I'm going to redo those same two problems that I did in lesson 32 with the correct formula. And I'd like you to go back and redo the lesson 32 homework. And I'll post that on Teams so you know what to do. All right. And then hopefully we'll be back good and then we can go from there. So let me show you the correct formula and what I forgot. So here's the correct formula. So if you look at that formula, can you see what's different than what I put down in the notes in lesson 32? What's different is this n that's next to the t right here. I forgot to put that there in the formula, and it makes a big difference. And I'm going to show you why that n needs to be there here in just a second. All right. So the first question I gave you guys on lesson 32 was we had $4,000. And we were investing it at 9% monthly. And we were asking how much it was worth in 5 years. All right. And I thought the answer we got was a little small. I mean, the answer we get is going to be very close, but it's not going to be as small. So I knew something was up. So here's what should happen. So we're trying to find the final amount. So we put 4,000 in for P, the initial amount. 1 plus my R value is 0.09, and that's over my N, which is 12, because we're calculating our interest monthly. So that's 12 times a year. Now, here's where it's new. It's going to be 12 times 5 here, because my N is 12 and my year's T is 5. So why do we need to do that? Well, if you're calculating your interest monthly, how many months are there in 5 years? There's 12 months a year. 5 times 12 is 60. So I need to calculate the interest for 60 whole months. this needs to be raised to the 60th power. That's what we were missing from our previous lesson. So now let's go ahead and put that into the calculator. Very similar to what we did in the last lesson. It's going to be to the 12 times 5 up there instead of just to the 5. So put that all in at once. 4,000 parentheses 1 plus. Use the fraction button. We got 0.09 on the top, 12 on the bottom. And I'll show you guys all this here. And then raise to the, so here's where it's different. Right here, we're going to raise it to the 12 times 5 power. So that's the difference between what I did in 32 and what I was supposed to do. And when I hit enter, I get a different answer than we got. So I get $6,262.72. All right, I don't remember the answer we got when we did it in 32, but it's a little different than that, and that is what the correct answer should be because we need this n in the formula. So let me redo the second problem from lesson 32 to show you what that should be correctly. All right, so the second problem in lesson 32 was $2,000 invested at 5%, quarterly, compounded quarterly this time, for 15 years. Here's what the setup should look like. Final amount is equal to my initial amount, 2,000, times 1 plus my rate, which is 0.05 as a decimal. Going to use 4 for quarterly, all right? And then here's the new part. 4 has to go here as well because it's my n value, so 4 times 15. The reason for that is if you calculate your interest 4 times a year for 15 total years, that's going to be 60 different times the interest gets calculated. So this needs to be a 60 here. So 4 times 15 is 60. So now, calculator work, 2,000 times 1 plus fraction 0.05 over 4 raised to the 4 times 15, $4,214.36 I'm getting there. All right, so that should have been the correct answer for the second example in lesson 32. Again, I apologize. I think the outdoors and the chalk got me frazzled, made me forget my n in my formula, and that n is important because it changes the value of everything. All right, so your homework is going to be to go back, please redo those questions from lesson 32 using this correct formula with the n here instead of just a t. I'll post new solutions to that here momentarily, and I'll just repost the homework as lesson 33 homework, and hopefully you're good. Again, I apologize. Basically, I just lost a day of instruction because of my silly mistake. Sorry. It's okay. I think you guys will all forgive me.